Here's two long swords I'm comparing. Let's see, the one brown handle there, a Baylor Arms 15th century longsword, and the black handled one here is a Ronin Katana Euro number 3. They're both Type 18 swords. The Baylor at the top there is an 18A, while this Ronin Katana is an 18C, based off the Harriet Dean sword. It's got a wider blade. Here they are out of their scabbards. The Baylor Arms, this grip is modeled off of another sword too. I can't think of the name of it right now, but the hilt is. It's got definitely got a longer handle to it. Got a bit of chalk on the handle there as I was lifting before filming this. Both handles are pretty nice, pretty comfortable. The Ronin Katana has a shorter handle, but the Harriet Dean sword it's based off has a shorter handle. Kind of a hand and a half sword. You can definitely tell blade, how wide the blade is compared to the Baylor Arms, the 18A. It's a more slender blade. Has a it's hollow ground, so it has a kind of spine to it. It's like a diamond cross section, and then it's hollow ground to make it a little thinner, the edges. The Harriet Dean is also diamond, but it's not a hollow ground, so it's wider and it's got a little bit more of a hefty blade. It is a good cutter though. I do prefer. I mean, it cuts through targets just easier, just being a bigger blade. You can see how wide it stays as it goes up to. The Baylor Arms here weighs about 3 pounds exactly. I haven't weighed it myself, that's what it's listed as. And the Ronin Katana longsword is 3.5 pounds, half a pound heavier. It doesn't feel bad though. And the point of balance is further up too, just because the blade is a lot wider, a little bit thicker. But it does make for a good cutter. They're both peened swords. Get the guards here too. And then, get the back of the blades here. Back of the pommels. I do like both these blades though. They feel real different, but I don't know. They're both pretty nice. Cut with a Harriet Dean sword here first. Ronin Katana version of it. Feels pretty good, just in the hand. sword, or this Ronin Katana version of it. It's a little more forward balance than the actual version in Albion and some of those other versions. Let's try a little more. Yeah, it's balanced right. Right about there. It's probably like 6.5, 7 inches. But it makes it a nice cutter, I feel like. The wide blade, with how thin this blade is too, it really makes it a nice cutter. And the forward weight just helps that out too. I mean, the Albion versions of it, the Principe and the Alexandria, they're known as great cutters just cause of the blade geometry. It was pretty good. It says 1075 steel also. Spring steel, 1075 spring steel. I feel like it would hold up, but it is a little bit thin. But I don't know, just makes it real nice to chop through those. I mean, it feels real nice. But with a longer handle, just a few more inches longer, and it would definitely have better leverage, but it's not bad. You can definitely swing and come from different angles. Definitely stop, come back, no problem. Guard's pretty thin too. Got a nicely shaped guard. Hard to do it with my camera, but the gap in the blade where the guard isn't too bad either. Gonna cut with the Baylor Arms 15th century sword, long sword. I haven't sharpened this one yet, so it cuts paper, but it tears it more than cuts. Not really as fair of a test of the two swords, but it also is lighter, 3 pounds. The point of balance on this one is right around there. Just probably about a little over 2 inches, maybe 2 inches, 2.5 inches. It is a sword that's light enough to where you could use it one-handed. Even though I haven't sharpened this yet and it's not that sharp, it still cuts pretty good. Part of that probably has to do with the hollow ground. The end of the blades are already pretty thin, so definitely feels lighter. That and the slightly longer handle Still cuts pretty good. Really cut just as good as the Ronin Katana. Yep. I do like them both though. They're both nice swords. This one 5160 spring steel. The Ronin Katana was 1075 spring steel, so both very nice steels for swords. This one you can definitely point better. Do a finger over the guard. Definitely moves a little better, but yeah, I don't think you can really go wrong with either one though. I don't really torture test the swords as cut bottles, but they both seem pretty nice.